and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Carlos, aka Lattes. By the time you're seeing this, most likely it's Halloween, so happy Halloween to you guys. That's why I'm representing with my dude, Michael Myers from Halloween. So he's my favorite. So yeah, we're gonna be doing things a little different. I know it's been a while. I told you guys that I'd be doing my best to put out videos once a week. Well, apparently I'm not doing a very good job at that. Seems like I may be shooting more towards once every 2 weeks, but you know, the goal is always going to be remaining at once a week. Don't have a whole lot going on other than still in the process of moving. A lot of things are empty. Shelves are empty. The wall where my consoles were, it's gone. It's gone. I moved all the furniture this way just because for sales purposes they wanted to have access to like all the outlets and stuff to make sure that the house works. I was trying to figure out what type of video to put out there, so I came up with one. I went out to the store, bought a few games, a retro video game store, as well as I forget where I got these other ones. I think it was like maybe Walmart or Target. Basically I collected a few games over the couple weeks that I missed. So Halloween, what do I like to do around this time of year? Watch movies, scary movies, you know, any thriller movies, suspense movies, those types of movies. So we'll start with that. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you just a few, not even maybe really a few, just like 3 movies that I picked up at the store. I would show you more of what I recommend, what I enjoy, but they're all boxed up. So I went out to the store, bought some movies. One of the movies I already had, but it's stored away, so I just bought it anyway again just to watch it, just to keep the tradition. Because there is one movie that I always watch on Halloween night. Unfortunately, the one that you're thinking of was unavailable, this one. So I'm probably gonna have to watch that on television whenever it shows up. But there was another movie that I usually watch on Halloween night as well, besides Halloween. So let's get down to the movies first. The first movie, I don't remember if I seen it all the way through or if I seen it at all. Like maybe I only seen clips of it, but I figure I'd buy it because why not? It's one of from what I heard, it's one of Stephen King's movies that he disliked, that he was not a fan of. And if you watch a movie called, one of my favorite movies called Ready Player One, you would know which movie I'm talking about. All right, you got 3 seconds. 2, 1. Did you figure it out yet? No? It's all right. It's The Shining with Jack Nicholson. This movie is a pretty cool thriller and kind of like a little bit of a mystery movie. I wouldn't call it like a full-on scary movie, but maybe in its time it was. And yeah, I picked it up for like, I think it was $5, so it wasn't too bad. Definitely gonna watch this. Probably tonight if I get a chance. And then the next one is an 8-disc movie collection. I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies in this one. I thought it was 7 movies on it, but it's actually 8 movies. I thought the 8th disc was like a bonus behind the scenes, but it's a collector's edition. It's basically the Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger collection, 8 movies. This thing, I think I paid, I want to say like maybe $15, which isn't bad at all to have all the movies in one case, because I don't own any of them. So, and I've never seen all of them. I've seen just like, I think it was 1, 2, and 3, and maybe parts of a couple others. And the one that I saw also was Freddy vs. Jason, which is on here. Those are the only ones I've ever always seen. I've never seen like 4 or 5 Final Nightmare, New Nightmare. I've never seen those. So I am definitely looking forward to watching this. I'm probably going to end up watching this one. If I don't get to The Shining yet tonight, I'm going to start this and hopefully be done with it basically by Halloween night. Or a little before it, because besides Halloween that I usually watch on Halloween night, there is one other movie that I usually watch, and that is one of my favorites. I wouldn't consider this one scary either. I would call it more of a suspense, mystery / thriller type of movie. But it deserves its spot for a Halloween type of movie, you know, that you can enjoy watching. And that is Brandon Lee's The Crow. This one is one of my all-time favorite movies. And I only watch this usually around this time of year on Halloween night. Sorry about the lighting. I was trying to figure out where to film from. But yeah, The Crow. One of, if not probably one of the best suspense thriller style, where basically I don't want to ruin it for you, but this guy, something bad happens to him, and he gets revenge. Oh, nice, sweet revenge. That's for those of you that have never seen it. But yeah, definitely gonna be, this will be the last movie that I watch out of these 3 movies that I bought. This is the part where we get to the video games. So unfortunately I didn't get anything Halloweenish related, scary related, because I just couldn't find anything. And then the games that I would have put here to show off, to be like, okay, if you want to be in that scary Halloween theme, this is what I recommend. No, all my games are packed away, as I said before, unfortunately. So I picked out some games that I thought would interest me, some games for consoles that I kind of have access to still if I wanted to pull out and play. Mainly for one particular one. The other 2 might be a little harder to get, but we'll start with this one. I'm sure everybody by now already owns it, as long as they own the proper system, which is for the Nintendo Switch. Yes, I'm going with a newer console first, and that is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. The game that finally we got an All-Stars game where it's not a repeat of the same thing that we've been getting for a couple times or so. The original All-Stars game came with Super Mario 1, 2, 3, I think the Lost Worlds, and depending on which version you get, you can get a Super Mario World with it. and I believe that was it for the most part. This one comes with new games. It comes with the ones where basically it's a 3D-ish version of Super Mario, which is Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy 1. Now, some people are saying like, well, what happened to part 2? Well, I don't know. What happened to part 2 on Super Mario World 2? What is it, Yoshi's Island or something like that for the Super Nintendo? Why didn't that one get placed onto the All-Stars for like when they reissued it for like the Wii or something like that? I don't understand. I don't work for Nintendo, so I couldn't give you an answer, but I'm assuming that's probably the same route that they took, which is, you know what, we never really include the sequel for this one, so we'll fit what we can fit onto this game cartridge. And unfortunately, Super Mario Galaxy 2 does not fit. That's the only thing I can think of as to why they didn't include it. But, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, why wouldn't you get this? Unless you have all the games. Well, for me, I do own Super Mario 64 already. The original copy, same thing with Super Mario Sunshine, but I never got Super Mario Galaxy, so I never actually played that one at all. So I am looking forward to playing that one, but of course I'm going to play the other ones too, especially since I don't have my access to a lot of my older consoles like the Wii, even if I got the game for the Wii, or my GameCube, I don't have access to it. I do have partial access to the 64 because I try to leave that one out since a lot of my family plays that the most. My cousins and friends and stuff love to play Nintendo 64, so I left that one out. So when I get bored or whatever off of that, I got another game, which is basically a game that's more for those that just want like a relaxing, fun, goofy game. And it's basically one of those limited releases, I believe it is, because I only saw so many copies, and then I've never seen any more copies, and every time I look on, I guess, the company's website, it says they're sold out already. And yes, I went for the cartridge version of this game. I could have gotten the digital version of this game for like a third of the price. But you know what? I love cartridges, I love discs, I love having physical copies. Because the collection looks better when you have physical copies. You can't put a piece of paper and show off a piece of paper for a digital copy of a game or anything. So, but anyway, I got Untitled Goose Game for the Nintendo Switch. I got it for the Nintendo Switch, even though it's available for, I believe, PlayStation 4 also. I don't know why it's not on the Xbox, but I buy it for Nintendo Switch because I figure usually with my games, when I buy games like this where it's on multiple systems or anything like that, I go based off of how many players it can play, what's the type of graphics that it puts out, do I need internet, and stuff like that. So for a game like this where it's not, you know, it's more cartoony graphics, I figure why not put it on the Switch? You know, I don't need to bring out the PlayStation 4 to play a very, very low graphics type of game, you know? So that's basically why I chose to buy it for the Nintendo Switch. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but they were a little more expensive for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm thinking it's because it's a cartridge instead of a disc. But either way, I didn't mind it because I always wanted to play this game, and I heard nothing but awesome reviews of this game. I heard it's a short game, and I'm hoping it's not entirely that short, but even if it is, it's fine. Like I said, I heard a lot of people enjoying this game. They play with their families and stuff like that, and that's basically what I wanted to do, is find games that to play with, like whether it's with my my cousins who are the same age as me, or playing with my little cousins or little nephews and nieces to play a game like this. And it's much easier to play on the Nintendo Switch when it comes to family party games. So that's why I got it. And apparently, when I tried to buy another copy for as a gift for one of my friends, I couldn't find any more. So I don't know if it's already rare, but yeah, I heard it's a fun game and it's all in my collection now for Nintendo Switch. Now I have 3 more games. These are the games that I picked out. Try to go to a retro store and trying to see what do they have, and then I started going and digging around, and I was gonna buy some other games for my old retro systems, like what is it, Super Nintendo and then regular Nintendo and all these other systems. And then I started going, I don't have access to these systems. I won't be able to play these for a while, so hence I wouldn't even be able to test them out to see if they even work. So I picked out some games for systems that I do have access or partial access to. Either if it's a friend that has access to them, or if I can easily pull it out. And that is, first off, I chose this game mainly because of the fact that we never got this in America. Sort of got it in America, but not quite. And that's for the Nintendo 64 Japan version of Pokemon Stadium. And I got Pokemon Stadium 1, which in America, this one didn't exist. Apparently, what we got was our version of Pokemon Stadium 1 is actually Japan's version of Pokemon Stadium 2. And from what I heard also, our Pokemon Stadium Part 2 is actually Japan's version of Pokemon Stadium 3. I don't know how they got 3 games and we got 2, but from what I heard, this one doesn't have all 150 Pokemons on it. I don't know if that's true or not, but when I heard this from quite a few people, I started going, you know what? I actually want to get this in my collection because it's a game I won't have access to for the American console. So even if I can't read the Japanese writing, you know, like most either like RPG or this type of style of fighting gameplay, battle mode, or whatever you want to call it, I didn't mind getting it because whether I can play it or not, I wanted this for my shelf, my collection. So yeah, Pokemon Stadium Part 1. And I paid $10 for this one. And to me, $10 for this, it's not that bad. I saw it for more. I think I saw it for like $20, and then I told them, you know what, that's a little pricey. But $10, yeah, that's not bad. The next one is also a Japanese game. It's a game that I always wanted to play for a while. I've been told you can buy the American version for a fairly good cheap price. Well, I haven't come across that cheap price unless I buy off of eBay, and I don't like buying things online because sometimes I either get my packages lost or my packages will end up damaged, and then it's just a hassle. I like getting things in person. But anyway, I ended up getting this game because it's a game that I remember playing as a kid, the American version, and I used to enjoy it. But I got in Japan, the Japanese version. I haven't played this in a long time, so I'm not even entirely sure. I can't even remember if I'm gonna need the language of Japanese to play it, because I think for the most part it's gonna be like just a normal Super Mario Brothers game where it's like, you know, you just move around, you don't have to, you can skip through dialogues and stuff if there's any. But anyway, for $10 also, I got Yoshi's Story for the Nintendo 64. Japanese version, and this one has Pokemon sticker. If you know who that is, leave the name in the comments down below. I know who it is, but do you? So yeah, that's Yoshi's Story. That artwork looks so much better than the one we got in America. In America, we got just the pink Yoshi like sticking out his tongue or whatever. This is cool. I like seeing all the Yoshis together, and then a little backdrop of the game in the back. All right, last game that I got is for Sega Genesis. This one was priced at $24.99, 25 bucks, but I talked the guy down at the retro store to see if he would let it go for anything any cheaper than that. And he's like, how about 20? And I said, still steep, but I'll do 20 just because it's complete. This is a superhero game, Marvel to be exact. And from what I heard, this is this character's one of his best games for this particular character. If we're talking retro, if we're talking nowadays, there's a better game. But anyway, for the Sega Genesis, I got the original Spider-Man game. I got it with the box. The little tab's been removed. It's okay. That doesn't bug me as much. As long as the box is there, and if possible, the game label's there and the book, which they are, that's good enough for me. So yeah, you got the book, you got the cartridge. Cartridge has a little scratch right there and this little slice right there. You can see it up close if I don't blind you with the lights or anything or the glare. But yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of cosmetic, but for the most part, even the top label is still intact. And usually for Sega Genesis, the top label is the first thing that unflaps. To me, this is a good buy. I think I will enjoy this when I pull out my Sega Genesis game console. So yeah, those are my picks for the week, for the 2 weeks, I guess you could say. Let me know down in the comments if you played any of these games, and if these games are games that you would consider on checking out. I am gonna get a Video Games Monthly soon, at least for 1 more month. It's already in the process. It's already Halloween and I'm still here, so I figured, come on down, send me the next box. I'm still here. And that next box should have, I believe, also 5 games. On that box, I believe I only added, and that's the other reason why I didn't buy some games for other systems, is not because because of the reason is some of the systems are hard to get to, and I don't want to get a game that will show up in my box for Video Games Monthly. I bought Sega Genesis because I took Sega Genesis off. I bought the Japanese 64 because I got American 64 on listed. So for this month of Video Games Monthly, when it arrives, I should have the only ones I subscribe to anyway are Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and I think the Wii U. I think those are the only systems that I'm currently signed up to receive from Video Games Monthly right now. Mainly because I rarely get Nintendo 64, and very rarely I get Super Nintendo in my boxes. And I want Super Nintendo games. I want Nintendo 64 games. Hope you liked today's video. I guess it's about 30-minute video, more or less. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the pickups that I did, the games, the movies. Is there any games you recommend me trying to find that's reasonable cost, that hopefully I have the console, hopefully I have it access to it so I can play it while I'm still here? And you know, because if you look, take a brief look, there is like absolutely nothing around. Even the shelves are all empty. All I got is a TV and a little cable box for it. I don't have any of my systems out right now. They're all packed up. But I know where some of them are because I kept them towards the front of the storage unit that I'm using right now. Unfortunately, some of the other ones got pushed into the back during the moving. So you work with what you got. Let me know down in the comments if there's any games you play, you enjoy, that you think is maybe like anywhere from like, because I'm trying not to spend too much. Obviously on the Switch I paid up for it, but that's because I still have access to the Switch. That one I have access to it because it's portable, and then you can hook it up to the TV if you want. It's my little Game Boy, I guess, for nowadays. If there's any games that you particularly enjoy that you would recommend that maybe I wouldn't even know about, you gotta hit me harder than like, how about Tetris? How about Super Mario Brothers 3? You gotta do better than that. Give me something that you would be like, okay, I'll throw you a curveball, and then just throw it out there to me. As long as it's like a $20 game or under, something that it's possible for me to run into in a retro game store. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my best to seek it out if I don't already have it. And if I do, then I guess I'll let you know if I do or not. And then we'll do that for probably the next video and go from there. Alright, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you hopefully soon on the next video. Take care, guys, and happy Halloween.